All right. How's everyone doing today? Bob Shanky, thank you for being here. Yeah, today's side hustle day. And I'm probably not going to be streaming for a very long time. Not like the other streams that we've been doing for the last few ones of like 8, 8 hour, 9 hour, 11 hour streams. Look, I got things I got to do today. But this is one of the things I have to do, and I figured I might as well share with all of you. So, um, also, I see I have a recent follower from, I don't remember if it was, I saw it on my last stream, the Spottiest Shark. Thank you so much for the follow. But anyway, let's get into the fun, or the education, shall we say. Let us go to no painting today. We're just going straight to show and tell. As you can see, we have Lychee Slicer open. Things that I have to do is upscale and support the remainder of this dwarf army for my buddy. So, we have these adorable little dwarves, as you can see. This is one of the cannon crew. But we got to do a few things. In terms of creating good workflow, we are going to... I always do an upscale. Upscale 150% because it's a 10 millimeter model. And then we go up to... oh, what the hell is it? Go to 15 millimeters, so you go up 150%. That makes sense, right? Hopefully that made sense. We're going to change the rotation. We're going to go neg 10 degrees to allow us a little bit of an angle so that the supports do their job. And then we don't have like super flat areas, especially around the feet. It becomes at an angle. It helps with printing. And then we go into our utilities. I like to lift the object 3 millimeters. Usually by default it's 5, but I lift it up 3 just because the less millimeters that I have to print just before we get to printing the model, the more time I can save. So yeah, that's what we do. Print settings. I don't know if you guys can see it there on screen, but my print settings up here, I do the same for my 32 millimeter scale models, same as I do for my 15 mil. I just put significantly less for the 15 mil. But here they are up here, the tip diameter being 0.5 millimeters. Tip length is 3.5 millimeters. Now this is a variable length, but the tip diameter is what I care about the most, or not the tip diameter. The diameter of the support is important for purely the reason of if you make it thinner, the likelihood of the support actually being able to be a solid support when it prints is less. I've learned that 1.35 millimeters is a good diameter. Now I have yet to experiment with maybe a little bit less, maybe a 1.25. I have done 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is too risque. I had a lot of issues depending. Like, I just want a good solid. I'm good. Don't have to worry about it. So yeah, we have here a lovely 1.35 millimeter. And then for our mediums, we have a 0.35 millimeter tip. And every single diameter is going to be the same in terms of their supports. The only thing is really changing is the tip diameter. So 0.22, 0.35, and 0.5. For our islands, we're going to just do a detailed search. We don't have to get too crazy into the weeds. We don't have to support every single pixel, which I know usually you do. But for these models, these 15 millimeter scale models, their details are chunky enough to where supporting, like doing the difference between a detailed search and a real accuracy search is kind of asinine. So we like to put our heavy supports down at the feet, and we're going to cover more of that later, but we're going to do that when we hit all the islands. And we'll go to our mediums for this because we can. And also for our mini supports, I actually changed the lower tip diameter of the mini support to be the same exact diameter as the stem of the support, if that makes sense. Primarily because I liked like the whole tree fanning supports that they had for that I had on Chitu Box, but they don't really. They have like just the little stick ones by default on Lychee, and it's not that great. Like it's very flimsy. Ooh, wrong button. Oh shit. What happened? You can go there. Control Alt. There we go. If you hold Control Alt, you'll get a mini support. And then we'll swap that one to a light, and then we'll also put a nice light one there. And that pretty much supports, this covers all the islands. That doesn't mean it's going to be a successful print. And that's one thing that I wish slicers would do, is that like, just because you have all your islands supported does not mean you're going to have a successful print. And this is where like the nuancy part of supporting gums comes in. So I think I'm going to put another medium right there just to be careful. And then I like to put bracings. Bracings are always fine. And then we can save it. All in the right place. Cool. Shift this just a little bit. Okay. It's one model done, on to the next. Oh, not to that. I am on the clock. So I need to start that clock. Oh, well, I got one free one. Fair play. I'm going to scale that up to 150%. And then we're going to rotate the model neg 10. Somewhere between 10 or like 8 to 20 degrees is where you want to do it. 10, it seems to be good enough for these models, so I just try to do 10. Situations may vary. Bring it up, do a detailed search. And there's only 3 islands for this one. That's nice. However, we are going to put more. And also, on the bottoms of models, I don't know why people try to be so conservative when it comes to putting supports on the bottom of models. You want to support the ever-living fuck out of it. Like, support it. It's going to be attached to the base regardless, so you might as well support it. So you're never going to see it when you're done with the final product. Now, if you're like, if it's going to be suspended in the air, whatever your final product is, then yeah, obviously don't do that. But for these models that are going to be sitting on a base, yeah, you don't need You don't need crazy amounts of... Well, you don't need to be like super delicate with it. Like, oh my goodness, I know we're gonna scar the model. Yeah, it's gonna be sitting. I'd rather have quote unquote scarring on the bottom of a model that I'm never gonna see than be delicate with it and then possibly just not have a model by the end of printing. So I will take that trade. And this guy is pretty much done unless there is other bits. I'm checking elbows. Elbows are usually elbows and legs, and the extremity of limbs is usually where problems will occur. That's fine. This dude looks Asian. Asian dwarves. Love it. Okay. Get rid of him. And now we move on to the cannons. So I got two different types of cannons. I have a regular cannon. Ooh, I have to repair this one. I have regular cannons. And we have a dragon cannon, which I'm assuming is like a drake. We are gonna rotate this a tad bit. We also have to upscale it. Let's upscale it first, so I know what we're working with. Ooh, yeah. Big chunky boy. I like it. Let's rotate it. Let's start with neg 10. Is that going to give me enough? Or do I want to increase it more? I'm going to increase it more. Yeah. So this all down here is going to be unseen, so I can support this. And then also this portion here, I can support that. Put heavy supports on that. Everything else is going to be mediums. Cool. With long tube-like objects, i.e. guns and cannons and stuff like that, or even like planes, it's the more you put them vertical, like you're probably going to get a better result. The thing is, it's just going to take longer to print because obviously you have to account for all the layers and yada yada. So we're going to do ourselves another island search. Grand total of 17 islands. All right. That one is going to be slightly annoying. We can get there though. Let's start with the heavies. I like to start with heavies. And even though it said it's got it covered, we are going to distribute the what the hell is it called? I'm going to put more than one. There's your technical answer. I'm going to put more than one so that it actually will come off the build plate in a nice fashion. And remember, these things are also 15mm scale, so they're tiny. Interesting, this counts as an island, but that doesn't count as an island. So we're going to support both. Don't like those. We're going to do it this way. Bam. we're going to go across with 4. And that we're going to hit with mediums. This we're going to hit with a heavy. It's on the underside of the cannon, so no one's ever going to see it. But I want it to have some good solid support. Now, onto the mediums. And we're gonna do like a fan out of supports here with some lights later, so we'll be okay on that bit. Let's see. Do a mini support of mediums on these islands here. And another thing I like to do with these mini supports, since you don't have to start at like the tip, you can actually just drag it onto the closest support. So you can use less stems for areas for like little tiny details. The reason why I want to have all these stems here for this part of the model is because I actually want it's weird. I want to support more support. So instead of having one stem with a fan, I'm going to have multiple, because then it has more stability and staying in place when it has to be lifted off of the build plate. So same thing with this portion here. This is a solid enough piece to where I don't really need to add extra supports. If it was flimsy, I would put some supports there, but this really, I think, is pretty much complete. We're going to put some mediums here just to allow in case there's any shifting that happens. Didn't think about that before, but good thing I thought about it now. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to put some mediums here. Instead of having just one angle of contact. And that's not supported? That's weird. I don't know why. So we're going to put some supports there. Oh, yes. Come on, here we go. I think, ooh. I'm gonna put one here. Any kind of like spokes usually don't come out well unless you put just a little support there. Alright, I think that's gonna cover. Oh, nope, almost forgot. Okay. Now we should be okay for this cannon. Cool. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Cannon wheel. Not really much in terms of things we need to do for angle. Wheels are fine. We'll do those vertical. But let's upscale it to 150% to be 15 mil. That's a chunky wheel. That'd be a chunky wheel. Alright. Well, it's dwarves, so that checks out. Up at 3 mil. Let's do our island detection. It's going to be, watch, it's going to be these 3 studs right here. Oh, it's all of them. Hiya. Okay. Let's do some heavies. There we go. Bang. 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 And then everything else, we'll do another row of heavies, just to be sure. We're actually going to put it right here on the edge, this lip right here. We're going to do the same thing on this side. And everything else is going to be a medium. Media. Sometimes Lightsheet does weird things, like it'll take one line like this and it's going to split into 3 parts. Like, hey, you should probably support multiple parts of this island. But it doesn't do it on some other bits, like this, right? It just counts this all as one island. So when I throw a support on it, it counts it as done, which is not true. It's all about the pixels. I'm gonna branch out. Go. I'm going to put some supports on this side. It says there's not an island here, but I'm going to put some supports. Why are you turning it at an angle? There we go. And that is one wheel supported. Alright. Do I want to do the dragon cannon? Yeah, I'll do the dragon cannon. Why not? Because it's cool looking. So this one is a little funky. That's chonky. It is a chonky cannon. I don't even know if the dwarves have something like this in Warhammer Fantasy. I honestly don't know. So it's interesting though. I wish they did like a model that looks similar to this. I don't. It's not a hell cannon. It's not a Chaos Dwarf hell cannon. But it's a pretty cool looking can. Alright, let's bump it up to 3 mils. And then do our island search. And see what we get. There it is. Alright. That's an odd one. Oh well. We'll get it. Alright, so we start off with this one, and then we have this one. So all these things on the bottom here are going to be heavies. Why? Because it's on the bottom, and we're never going to see it. So we might as well give it all the support in the world. And we'll fan out this one and this one. Here we might do mediums here and here with other stocks just because there's a lot of mass in comparison to the supports. You got to think about surface area that's going to cause suction forces. So obviously, if we look at it from the top, right, this area right here is going to have a lot of surface area and suction force. In fact, we should probably see it from this kind of perspective. So if we don't fan out the supports for like this part here, these little supports right here are gonna probably rip off. So we have to give it additional. So yeah, let's handle that. These ones are nice and easy. You just put a singular support. They're all gonna be working together in harmony. Beep bum beep bam boom. Alright, let's do some medium supports here and here. And we'll do the same thing here and here. Here and here. And here. And here. These we're gonna fan. Because this is not at the, it's not the very, very base of the model, so I'm not worried about this part, because this is all going to hold most of this area. We are going to actually support this bit and that bit. Because we actually need these spokes to come out properly. That's where the wheels are gonna go. And if the wheel spokes look like crap, and if they have like that weird fraying layer stuff, then they don't work. Go figure. I'm actually gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna put a medium here, and then I'm gonna take a mini support that's also a medium and just attach it. Lovely. I think everything else is going to be light supports, because that's minuscule, that's minuscule. So when you do mini supports and you actually do just want a stock, why is this grayed out? I want, what? Why is that translucent? I don't remember making that translucent. But okay. There we go. That's going to be a barely visible part of the model, so I can kind of put those stocks there and does what I want. Okay, no, not in advanced editing mode. Shit, 1.35. I take some light supports. We're gonna dumb this down to 0.22. No, I don't. I don't want to do that. 1.35. Ooh, we can actually fit that in there. No, we can't. That's not how that works. How about now? Oh, okay, that works. Good. That works. In some ways, you kind of have to fight with the program to get it all on the same page. I don't know why this is translucent, and I don't like that. It's an arbitrary angle. Can I? Yes. So I want to avoid mini supports directly, like, on the model for multiple reasons. If I can prevent it, I will. And why are you being a butt? Because if I can get a support to generate, come on. There it is. Bam. Okay. Here we are also going to do... What the hell is going on? Can I not? What is... Okay, that's funky. I don't like that. Control Shift S. Save the dragon cannon. Okay, let's see the dragon cannon wheel. Does it do the same shit? It's doing the same shit. I do not know why. Hold on. Close light sheet. That's weird. I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all. Sure. Let's recover the file. How does the dragon cannon wheel look like shit in comparison to the actual cannon wheel? It's just a wooden wheel? What? Okay. Okay. Up it. Do not need to worry about angling. Bump it up 3 mils. Do an island detection. It's probably gonna be like one whole island, and it's that right there. Okay, so here's what we do. We're gonna do a heavy, and I love how the grid pattern shows up because we're just gonna space out some heavies. Bam, and then just for insurance, I have one there. We're gonna have one there. And I really have nothing for this side. And that's that. That's that one wheel. And we're done with supporting the artillery. Now we can move on to what is let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's look at my projects. What else do I need to support? Support artillery crew. Mark is done. Okay. Support the helicopter and support 3 heroes. I think I supported one yesterday. Let's support the helicopters. Or one helicopter, really. Is it 2 or 1? Oh, it's in parts. Okay. Well, it's in parts. And I think I also have to do the flight stance? Yeah. Alright, anyway. Also, for anyone who's just trying to like figure out how they want to clock their time and see if for things like commission painting, I found clockify.me is actually really nice. It's very simple. It's intuitive. It's also free. If you have teams of people that you want to work together with, then you have to upgrade to their pro thing. But if you're working by yourself, this is just a free thing. I'd first try to use Monday. Monday has its perks. However, it's only good if you actually pay for it. And now I've started to detest. I've started to detest Monday.com in terms of project management. Just because it's like, oh, you want this tiny little function? Make sure you get our pro package. It's like, it's just me, man. It's just me. You want to upgrade formulas? You need to have the pro package. It's like, look, all I want to do is add, I have this much of resin, or this much material cost of resin. I have this much of print hours. Can we combine those costs together and get me a total? That's all I want. But, of course, Monday.com wants to make it difficult. But let's go to supporting the heli choppers, or the gyrocopters, or what do they call them? I think they're called gyrocopters, yeah? Well, here we are. Here's the body. That's kind of cool. It's like a motorcycle, but it's a dragon head, and the horns are the handlebars. I really like that design feature. Never noticed it before, but now I have. All right, bump it up to 150%. How do I want to do this? In terms of rotation, I don't want to put the base down here by the head, so we're going to rotate it this way towards the tail, and we're going to support it like that. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Let us do our search. There's going to be a lot of islands on this one, because there's just a bunch of little bits everywhere. God bless. I'm also recovering from a hangover. Drinking a lot of IPAs and not eating a lot of food is not good for... It's just not good for you. I'm pretty sure if I quit drinking, I'd be a healthier human being. I don't know about happy, but I'd be a healthier human being. But we're not there yet. So, oh man, gotta get you back. Okay. Put a heavy there. I'm gonna put a heavy here. We're gonna make that. That's gonna be a medium because it's the front cannon. I want that to look good. But we are gonna put heavies here, all along like the central spine that we have here, because this is going to be the important bit. There we go. Sure, we put heavies here as well. I'd rather put heavies, especially on an underside, and be more kind of like, and you get a heavy, and you get a heavy, just to ensure that the print doesn't fail. There are many different schools of thought on that one. But yet again, there are some miniature creators that, like, I don't know what support settings they're using or what printer they're using, but God bless, their supports are so tiny, and I'm pretty sure they say pre-supported, but really they just took some like shitty generic like generalized support settings and hit auto support and then just sent you the file saying pre-supported, which I think is like a crime. Should be a crime. It's the whole I trusted you, and then, you know, people want to be stupid. That can be a light. Seeing if there's anything that really needs to be mediums. Put some there. One there. Extend a branch. Here we go. Oh, do. Where else can we put a medium? We'll put one there. That deserves a light. That's too tiny. We can put a medium here and here. I'd be happy with that. Come on, there we go. This definitely deserves a medium because there's the distance between it linking up with the rest of the model is actually pretty lengthy. So we'll give that a medium. Same thing with this side. That foot deserves a light. Now here's going to be the annoying part. Is right underneath there. And this part. Actually, can I get it? Can I get it without having to like do mini supports? Ooh, that's risky. Come on. Give me some. Okay. There we go. These ones are going to have to be mini supports. So... I'll have to do the little sticks. As much as I don't like the sticks, I'll have to do a stick. Same thing with that one. And now we can just kind of... Ooh. How much of this do we have? Okay, we'll be okay with that. Oh, look at this face. Are those his eyebrows? Oh no, those are wings. Okay, those are wing decorations. All right, let's move on to light supports. That's going to require sticks. So we'll hold off on the sticks. Let's deal with... Make sure we don't have any collisions. Cool, no collisions. Don't like that support there. Same thing with that one. We're going to attach you to... Oh, that's not good. We're going to do this. We'll do a fan. What? What's wrong with this one? What is wrong with you? What? It does not like it. It thinks that there's going to be a collision. All right. Fine. Have it your way. Good sir. I do not agree, but have it your way, so you don't have errors screaming. 8 islands left. Oh yeah, we have all these back here. Oops. Hee hee. My bad. We'll actually make This a medium. Whoa. Okay. Back to lights. And these will just attach and attach. And these will attach. Lovely. Tree islands left. There's... Come on. There we go. And then these two little bastards that are right in here. So we'll do this number. Make this 0.25. That should satisfy that one. And bang. We're going to do a fan on this one. This one could use a little bit of help. Anything else? Yes, our very, very bottom base stuff. We'll do a fan for that. We can do like a tripod. That's technically a tripod. You know what I mean. A lot more contact and surface area. Alright, let's add some bracings to it. Keep it all stable. Only 18. Okay. Probably because it's really low to the build plate, so we'll be okay on that bit. Cool. That's the copter. Control Shift S. I almost deleted it without saving. I almost went on the next one without saving. That would have been bad. But now we can go on to the next one, which is going to be the left wing. Huh. Okay. I don't think I need to do a lot of rotational work on this. I'm going to have to upscale it, though. Scale. Yes. 150. Yep. Okay. Let's go to prepare. I might want to angle it a tad bit. Actually, let's rotate it. A little like that. Just, there we go. We have one concentrated point.
Battery 30%.
Oh, battery's 30% in my headset. We'll be okay. If it starts dying on me, I can plug it. I can plug it in. It's just like I'd have to reach it across, and it's weird, and I don't want to do that. I don't like have cables coming across me while I'm doing the work. Heavy, 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 and heavy. And that's kind of really all it needs. Yeah. Nah, we'll put another one just for good measure. Alright, cool. That's all that one needs. Left wing, yep. Cool. Thanks for coming, stopping by. On to the right wing, it's going to be probably much of the same. Right. Ooh, we can rotate this just a tad bit. And just a tad bit. That'll work. Oh, almost forgot to upscale it. Upscale it to 150. It always seems like I forget one model and I forget to upscale it. And then it's like when you place them all on a build plate to print, there's the awkward like really tiny one that I'm like, ah, fuck. Like, well, hold on, let me go check it again. It happens. Luckily, these miniatures are small enough to where if you didn't upscale it properly, it does not take much for correction. You upscale it, you recalculate the supports, and you're pretty much you're home free. You're good to go. You don't have to do anything wild. Ooh, where's the other island? Oh, I have a little sneaky snake. There you go, sneaky snake. Here we go. Use the grid. Bing, bong, bing, bang, boom, bob, pop. Supported. Okay. Downscaling miniatures. Let's see. So I like upscaling 10 mil because usually 10 mil has less like intricate detail. Ooh, the rotor blade. This will be interesting. That has less intricate detail. So when you upscale it, it just like in painting is a little bit easier. But downscaling models, some of their little fiddly bits. Like I cannot downscale Robot Legion files from one-page rules. They're too spindly. Can't do it unless you like overhaul the whole thing. All right. Anyway, enough of that tangent. Upscale to 150. This is gonna be big. This is gonna be a big boy. Yeah. So this build plate that I'm using, I like to print on my Elegoo Saturn II. However, this build plate dimension is for a Elegoo Mars 2 Pro. So this, if these things seem like really big in comparison to the build plate's actually really small. Or for those of you who don't have like, you know, big medium-sized printers like I do, that's fine. It's okay. It is the same on both sides. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this like that. What are we at? 85 degrees. A slight angle. Oh, what is this? Who's dinging me? All right. Work things dealt with. Upscaled. Go back to prepare. Bump it up 3 mil. Do an island detection. It's going to be there. All of these little points. All of this points on this part of the rotor. Or rotor. Yeah, it's a rotor. Propeller. Rotor. It's a rotor. Words. I know words. Come on. Find all the islands. Oh, hello, sweet boy. The dog is here. Yeah. You didn't want to listen earlier today. Every time I call him back inside, he always looks at me like I have like a dick on my forehead, and I'm not taking very kindly to it. So he's learning. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. I also don't like him under my desk. He takes up a lot of space. And then he also moves around cords. Just by sheer mass. So. Yeah. I don't want him to randomly unplug something and then ruin the stream. So I just teach him, hey, don't be underneath here. A lot of these stuffs I'm just going to put heavies. There is definitely more kind of like support fans that I'm going to have to do. In order to, there we go. Come on, where are you? Oh, Jesus. There we go. That does not need a heavy. This probably does need a heavy. Actually, could probably just use a medium. Oop. 0.35. Okay, and then there is some little tiny right in there. What are you? Sure. Okay. So, for the most part, if I was going to just print this, this would fail miserably. So we're going to put some more heavies down here on the bottom to ensure that we have solid support. I'm going to put a nice little support there. We're going to do some more mediums. Mediums are good for stability. And this one for sure is going to need some support help in order to connect to this side, so that will help. It's this side that I'm more concerned about because it has the arches that have to connect before. This is kind of like it's a slow building arch, but it also goes upward and this goes downward. So just trying to give it some extra stuff to cling on to as it's going along. So we'll give it something to hold on to for dear life. Okay. Now we can apply bracings and it's going to look a lot better. Let's see here. Manual bracing. There we go. There we go. Now it looks a lot better. That looks like it's going to hold. And I'm okay with that. So, let's move on to the next one. So let's save this. This is the rotors. Save it. And say thank you for your service. And then we're going to put on the tail rotor. This little tawny thing. Let's upscale it first to 150. There we go. And then we're gonna rotate this. We're gonna make this what is it? 80. Let me make it like 80 something. 85, 85, 83, 86. We'll do 86. Just a little shy of 90. Island detection. 2 islands. Oh, 3. 3 islands, excuse me. Where's the third? There it is. Okay. Can I put a... Actually, I can probably make that a light. Yeah. Bam. Since this is a smaller piece, I can use light supports as kind of that little stabilization. And because I didn't do it exactly 90 degrees, it'll lean one particular way. So I really only have to put supports on one side. And also, please don't take anything I say as gospel. I am no expert in any way, shape, or form. I've just done this for a little while, and these are just things I've learned through my experience. Yep, that's going to be good. Tail rotor is complete. Don't go away. What was the other thing I needed to do? So under supported, they have the stands that I actually need to adjust. Larger rotors. What the fuck is this? What's the difference between that and the rotors? Nothing. There's nothing different. Okay, but the stands. So they have a... So they have a stand, a base that it sits on. However, all I want is just not the gravelly bit. I just want the stand. Here, I'll put this more center of the screen. It's also broken. That's cool. Just give me broken models. All right. Now that we're here, and this is 3D Builder. It's free. Great little way to do slight modifications on your 3D models if you're just getting into 3D modeling. So, take 2 models and put them together. Cut off something, put something there instead. Like I had some models that were what are they called? Like the Sisters of Battles with like the wing jetpacks, and instead of giving them bolt pistols, I changed it out. I found a little STL file for hand flamers, and because a friend of mine asked for them, so I was like, sure, I'll see if I can put some hand flamers. So I just took that, cut it up, resized it. It took a bit, but it got the job done, and it turned out pretty good. So, I'm okay with it. All right, so we go to for this one, to get rid of this, we just go under Edit. We're going to split the object, and we're going to split it so you can see where all these rocks are. We're going to keep going up. We're going to keep bumping up until there's no more rocks. There's a rock right there. So we're going to do that. And I think that's good. So we're going to split that, and we get rid of the bottom. So if you want to keep both, you can. You just have to select the option of keep both, like keep top, keep bottom, keep both. And then object, I just like to settle them on the bottom like that. That's cool. And then we're going to save this into, not the bats. Also not under Forest Dragon Ventures. This is done by Cromarty Forge. So if you're interested in getting these dwarf files, Cromarty Forge. Under Chopper, unsupported, STL. Yes. Okay. And then there's another one as well. There's a more aggressive stance, which is that it leans it at a front angle, and you'll see here in a second. Get rid of that. We'll open up this one. Import model. It's also broken. See how it has like a slight angle? It gives it a more aggressive looking posture. Edit. We'll go split. Until the rocks go away. Rocks are gone. Yep. And we're gonna split that. We will settle the object. Yep. And then we're gonna save it. And we will save it in the same spot. Same name. Alright, cool.